Hi, and welcome to Watch Habs Hockey in Rob's Crazy House. Um, I'm just bringing up the broadcast right now on ESPN Plus. Uh, I don't provide the feed, unfortunately, so you'll have to find your own way to watch it. It is Saturday night. If you're in Canada, they'll play this or the Leafs game in Canada. If you're in the United States, ESPN Plus is a great option to watch your favorite team for pretty much all 82 games, and that's what I use to watch the Canadians for all 82 games. And if you hadn't noticed, it's a little warm here where I am. I couldn't actually put on my Canadians jersey because I would be sweating bullets if I had this thing on. But I got it here beside me. So it'll still be hopefully my good luck charm. Whoops, there goes my cheat sheet. My cheat sheet of information, high tech here all the way. So we have one lineup change from last night. It looks like Tyler Pitlick's going to be in place of Paul Byron, who's just basically taking a maintenance day. Um, we're Let's see. Okay, what else is going on? Oh, yes. I've been following. My daughter is a Vegas Golden Knights fan, and it's pretty much the only playoff race left to be decided. So they were playing this afternoon and fell to the Edmonton Oilers 4-0. So that didn't help their cause at all. And now they must play a watching game tonight because let's see, where did I put that? Yes, the San Jose Sharks will be playing the Dallas Stars at 8 p.m. and the Columbus Blue Jackets will be playing the LA Kings at 10:30. Um, Dallas and LA is who Vegas is trying to chase down. Um, Dallas is 2 games up with 1 game in hand, or 2 games up, 2 points up, I should say, with 1 game in hand. And LA is 1 point up, but Vegas has, well, actually, now that they lost today, they're even in the number of games until LA plays tonight. So when LA and Dallas finish their games, Vegas will still have a game in hand on LA, but Dallas will have a game in hand on Vegas. Uh, I really love this time of year for just to see who gets into the playoffs. But I got to tell you, with only one team left to be decided, it's been with like 8 to 10 games left for most of these teams. It's really been kind of not very interesting, but at least I'm following the Vegas one. Montreal, as you know, is fighting for the last place in the NHL so that they can get the best chance at the number one draft pick. I was just thinking we should put up the poll question. Since I was talking about Vegas, let's put up the poll question because I'm going to go a little outside the Montreal Canadiens world and I'm going to ask, will Vegas make the playoffs? The Vegas Golden Knights make the playoffs. As usual, I'll try and do about one of these a period, one of these polls a period, and then I close it down and do another one. All right. Canadian Sloth says, good evening, Rob. Well, good evening to you, Canadian Sloth. Appreciate your participation in the chat. Gives me something to talk about while I'm spending 3 hours on a back-to-back night, mind you. 3 hours of talking, less than 24 hours apart. That's going to be fun tonight. I could say if my voice sounds a little bit raspy, it might be because I'm going to be doing 6 hours in less than like 27 hours. It's really crazy. Let's see. What else what I was going to say? Oh, yes, right. I'm going to say something. Okay, stick around. The game is close. I have a surprise. Surprise. With 2 minutes to go. go in the game. So the surprise, if it's within a goal, it's going to be an exciting finish, right? So what I'm going to do is I have the feed up on my TV right in front of me. With 2 minutes left to go, if it's within a goal and there's at least one person watching, I will turn the camera around. But don't tell ESPN. Hopefully ESPN will like the fact that I've been giving them free advertising on my stream and won't punish me because I show the last 2 minutes of the game. But that's what I'm going to do. If it's 2 minutes left and there's at least one person watching, I will turn the camera around. All right, so we are. How close are we to the start? We got a few more minutes. Anything of note? We got Vanacek playing tonight in goal. I believe is what they said, unless they changed their mind. For Washington, and last I heard, Montembeault was going to play. I think Martin St. Louis confirmed that, so I think he is going to be playing. So Carey Price will not be playing back to back, and I think that just makes sense because these games don't really mean anything. So I think you want to work them in a little slowly. Oh, what are they? Oh, they're talking about Carey Price right now on ESPN Plus. Talking about his leadership in the dressing room. What else? It's LGBTQ plus tonight. They were just showing those jerseys, which they were white with a little, like rainbow flag on the Canadiens crest, which looked pretty cool. Let's see. So Montreal, after getting shut out last night, I have to say one of the things that worried me about last night was it seemed like Cole Caulfield was fighting the puck. I hope that seemed to be what he was doing with Ducharme too. Pucks would he'd heel it, he'd lose control of it while stick handling, couldn't pick it up off a pass. So I'm really hoping that maybe it was just something from last night and he'll have a better night tonight. Could also have a lot to do with the way the Islanders play. And they're a very stingy defensive team. They weren't giving Montreal much, although there were at least 3 opportunities to score last night. You had Anderson, who put it right through the crease on a sharp angle. He fired it. He had the wide open net. He fired it, and he fired it right through the crease instead of into the net. It's a tough shot, no doubt. It was right on the goal line, just maybe an inch on the other side of the goal line when he took the shot, and almost it just went straight through the crease. You had, I believe it was Gallagher, who took a shot that went right through Sorokin, but went out the other side and didn't go in. And then you had Rem Pitlick, who hit the goalpost on a great backhand try. He had him beat, hit the inside of the post, and came out the other side. So they had their chances. That game could have easily have gone the other way. It was 3-0, but it was 2-0 before the empty netter. Tonight is definitely going to be a tougher challenge. You have Washington, who's in 8th place with 92 points. Their record is 41, 23, and 10. I think they're probably going to end up in 8th place because the 2 teams they're chasing, Pittsburgh and Boston, have 97 points, and Caps with 8 games to go, including tonight, to make up 5 points in 8 games is just a really difficult challenge. We got a like already. Whoever that was, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for giving me a like. All right, will the Vegas Golden Knights make the playoffs? My daughter's not going to like it. We have 1 vote no. She's really hoping they make it. Although she did say the Canadiens suck. So last night while I was doing the broadcast, so I have to say no love back for her if Vegas doesn't make the playoffs. Vegas, had to activate Mark Stone, put 3 people on injured reserve to do it, just because they need to get Jack Eichel into the lineup. They had to put Stone on injured reserve, and to get Stone back, they had to put 3 other people on injured reserve. It's just, and if they don't make the playoffs, it's not going to look good for them. They tried to do the Tampa Bay Lightning move, the Kucherov, which worked to their advantage by activating him and when the playoffs started last year, and then they promptly beat Montreal. We're getting close to the start of the game. We had last nights. We had a few games. I mentioned the Edmonton one. Let's mention the other scores before the game starts. It's almost there. So we had Nashville Predators beat the Blackhawks 4-3. Bruins beat the Penguins 2-1. Rangers beat the Red Wings 4-0. And the Blues beat the Wild 6-5 in overtime. None of them really mean anything. The games I'll be watching tonight, there are I mentioned the ones that are important to Vegas. Now there are 2 games tonight that are important to Montreal. The New Jersey Devils take on Seattle. Seattle is 1 point ahead of Montreal in the standings. That's at 10 p.m. tonight. And the Arizona Coyotes take on the Calgary Flames also at 10, and Arizona is 2 points behind. That game's not looking so good for Montreal, as Calgary is the top team in the Pacific Division. So I'm not sure if Arizona's going to win that game. Speaking of losses, Montreal has now lost 4 games in a row. And they're facing a really decent Washington team. This is not going to be an easy game for them. And there's a good chance that they drop 5 in a row here. And speaking of that, before we let the game start, let's look at the odds. The odds are kind of saying what I just said. The money line odds. Washington is minus 275, and Montreal is plus 220. So I don't like the fact that you have to pay 275 to just win $100 for Washington. I think the game ends up being closer than that, but it could go either way. I just don't think Washington has that good of a chance of winning. But that being said, I'm not sure I like Montreal in a back-to-back here. Maybe the better one is the puck line, which has Washington minus 1.5 at a minus 105 and Montreal at a plus 1.5 at 115. I might take Montreal. I think I like Montreal there. That either they will lose by a goal or win the game. And the over-under is 6.5 tonight. The over is minus 105, and the under is minus 115. That's a tough one. I think I like the under this time. I think Washington's, in a playoff spot for a reason. They're going to probably play pretty well defensively. The only thing is if Washington's able to blow it out, then the over might be a better choice. But I just think this is going to be a close game. I think it's going to be like 3-2 Washington maybe in the end. So I like the under there. So my choice is the under minus 115 and Montreal plus 1.5 for minus 115. Those are my two virtual bets. They're doing the national anthems now. They're just finishing up the Canadian one. So I was looking at the records of the 2 goalies. Vanacek is 18, 11, and 5. He's a .910 save percentage and a .263 goals against average. And Montembeault has, we all know, none of the Montreal goalies' records are good. 7, 16, and 6. He has an .895 save percentage, but I think he's been doing better as of late. And 3.64 goals against average. And here we go. We're just about to start here. As I said before, You can watch it with your favorite service. I use ESPN Plus because I am in the States and I don't get very many Montreal games. That was a no-brainer for me, being a Canadiens fan in the US. Um, Plus the fact that my kids like want Disney and I use Hulu. You almost get ESPN Plus for free. It's only about $15 a month for all three of those services. I don't know exactly what it is, but so that's how I get all my Canadian games, pretty much, except for the blacked out ones. So Carey Price sitting there, mask and everything. Mask by mask, I mean a surgical mask, not his helmet, not a goalie mask. And we're just about to start. Who do we have out here? The Suzuki line's out first. No changes there. I am interested. Is Tyler Pitlick, I assume, is going to be on the fourth line, replacing Paul Byron there. But I think Tyler Pitlick plays the other side, the left side, not the right side. Okay, we're underway. Quick little dump in by Montreal and covered by the goaltender. So I'm really hoping Caulfield, relaxes a little bit and doesn't fight the puck as much as he did last night. We are underway. Put the chat back. So we have one viewer. I really set a record last game when I had 6 viewers join. We got to pass to the point. They won another draw. Last night they were doing very well, winning draws. But Washington clears. The big line for one. Here's Ovechkin with a. Yeah. How would you like to face that for your first shot and missed? Oh, Caulfield picks. Oh man, he did it again. He bobbled the puck going in. He had a great chance, but Caulfield bobbled the puck. Oh no, my feed just. I sometimes have issues with the internet, but no, it's okay. It's back. Hear the "Go Habs Go" chant going. So Caulfield had an opportunity and bobbled the puck. So now we have the, I think it's the Dvorak line out right now. Is it? No, you have Armia. It could have. Who do we have out there? Evans, Armia. So they did juggle the lines a little bit. Look at Caulfield. He was able to take that puck away quite easily, but then when he went to control it, he just lost control of it. Now we got the Dvorak line out. Hoffman and make sure and Gallagher. So that line's stayed the same. But you had Evans, Armia, and I didn't see who else was with him. Petrie shot, but nobody in front, so that's a pretty easy save. And coming back again. Oh, you got a little mini 2-on-1 here. Dvorak tries to center it, but no, they didn't connect. That was pretty close. It was Hoffman. Hoffman again. Like, he's a sniper. I don't get it. Canadiens Law. It's a good night for hockey. Always a good night on Saturday night for hockey. I love hockey night, Saturday nights. My favorite time of the week. You know, I have to go to work tomorrow. That's the best part. 2 nights of hockey where I didn't have to go to work the next day. And here come the Canadiens back down the ice. So broken up. So yeah, of course, the line to watch is the Kuznetsov Ovechkin line. Especially the big thing is the power play. Right? You got Ovi with that huge shot. And for some reason, everyone knows he's got that shot, but He still scores. 50, looks like he's going to get 50 again this season. And he's had some good luck with Montreal. But they're not out there now, but putting some pressure. Oh, two good saves by Montembeault, and it goes right through the crease, and nobody can make contact. Anderson chasing down the puck. Vanacek was able to freeze it. Yeah, another turnover right at the blue line. Oh, that was a good save by him. That was a good save, and that one went right through the crease. Who is that? Is it 22? Larson. That was the fourth line out there. Wow, they had some good opportunities. Caulfield's stick just went flying into the boards. He picks up a new one. Oh, trying to get that tip, but it was way up in the air. That would have been good hand eye. Who's 21? 20 Hathaway. Again, the fourth line. They're doing yeoman's work out there against Montreal, creating opportunities. Good thing it's the fourth line. Oh, here we got a break. Oh, Armia. Good chance. Took the shot. He didn't try and deke him. He just went straight for the shot. Got 4 going in now for Washington, but they didn't connect. Now you got Montreal coming back again. Oh, Evans. Who was that? Armia who's trying to get it to? Schooneman tees it up. Missed the net. Armia with 2 good opportunities. He failed to. Oh, he strips the puck too. 3 good plays by Armia right there. Armia, when he's on the game, he's really tough on puck carriers. The trouble is he's just not that consistent. But he's looking good here at the start. He had the breakaway opportunity. He had the feed from Evan. Ooh! Oh. Montembeault went behind the net to play it and almost coughed it up right in front of the net. Would have been wide open. Here comes Kuznetsov dancing in. And Kuznetsov takes the net off. So a whistle. Yeah, Hathaway line has generated a few opportunities. And then Armia here in the break takes a shot, but Vanacek with the save. And then Schooneman, a one-timer that missed the net. Not a one-timer, sorry. Yeah, Edmondson, good defensive job there, clearing the front of the net. You got 6 shots to 3 right now for Montreal. You got 14:43 left. 6 shots already. That's pretty good. So it looks like they're continuing the good work from last game. Although they didn't score, they generated over 40 shots, I believe it was. And it looks like they're starting off where they left off last game, which I think is typical from the team doing a back-to-back, is that they're a little sharper in the first 10 minutes, I would say. Whereas it takes probably the team that's been off more. You have to remember Washington played the previous night, Thursday night, and were trounced by Toronto 7-3. So they're going to be they're going to be a little snarly, I think. Ooh, there's a slash there. Took him, Montreal player off of his feet. Savard. No, Hoffman. No call. I'm okay with that. It wasn't that. Didn't lead to a huge scoring chance or anything. I don't want everything to be called. It's okay if you miss one every now and again. As long as you don't miss the egregious ones. Nice shot. It was Pizzetta. It's the fourth line. Romanov, no, that's not going. Nobody in front again. If you're going to take a shot from the point, particularly when there's no one in front, what you want to do is put it into the goaltender's feet so you generate a rebound or something. That was way up around throat level. Vanacek had to jump up to get it. So Uttertax 9154 Gaming says, hey, right back at you. Although nobody's watching right now, so you probably didn't hear me say that. If I see someone come in, oh, there we go. Okay, so I'll repeat myself. Uttertax 9154 Gaming says, hey, and I say, hey back. Welcome. I hope you're enjoying your Saturday night with watching some hockey and watching me talk about the game. We're in a commercial break right now. Got a poll question up here. I kind of went outside the box here. I asked, will the Vegas Golden Knights make the playoffs? They're pretty much the last team contending for a playoff spot. Right now, you have LA Kings are up by 1 point. They do play tonight. They're actually even in games right now, but when LA plays tonight, Vegas will have their game in hand back. And then the Dallas Stars have a 2-point advantage with now 2 games in hand, but they will be playing tonight as well. Both teams, one's playing at 8, the Dallas game's at 8, and the LA game is at 10:30. Just, I don't know if you're like me. I like following, playoff races, especially nearing the end of the season. It's always exciting. But this year's a dud, though, because there's only one team left to decide. Or not, maybe not one team left. I guess LA and Dallas. But I mean, there's only one team left in contention outside the top 8. So those 3 are going to contest for 2 spots, and everyone else is pretty much out of it. All right, so we're back from the commercial break. All right, so face off in the Washington zone. Suki gets tossed. Did both of them get tossed? You got Backstrom and Anderson. And Washington wins. Oh, no, the feed went down. Oh, and it's back. Having a little issue with my feed. It's not ESPN. It's actually my Wi-Fi. Occasionally, I have trouble with my Wi-Fi, and it looks like we're having that trouble again. This is the 3rd time, and it doesn't look like it's coming back this time. Oh no, it did. So chances are, since it was buffering a little bit, I might even be a little bit behind from live TV broadcast. So you might hear me a little delayed. Oh, we got 2 people in. Welcome. Watch Habs Hockey and Rob's Crazy House. We've got Washington, Montreal. Montreal's already had 8 shots in the first 8 minutes, but still no goals. And playing a little back and forth. Montembeault with the save on a nice slot shot by Johansson. I hope I don't lose my feed and then I have to restart it. Not my feed, but it's buffering again. I'm going to take the next commercial break to try and fix that. It just seems like it's having issues. Face off in Montreal zone, won by Montreal, and it's all the way down. It's probably icing. Keep looking down. I've been trying to find a good place to have my little sheet of information on. So I basically have, especially for the visiting team, I know Montreal players pretty well. But I mean, of course, I know Ovechkin, but thing like, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. He's out with Ovechkin. I didn't have that. He's actually not even a Ferrari. If anyone knows how to pronounce it, maybe you could put it in the chat. Oh, Armia, another chance. That's his third opportunity this period he missed. You got Evans. Oh, God. Who stripped? I think it was Pitlick. He got stripped of the puck. Ovechkin with a shot, but it got deflected out of play. All right, 3 people. Welcome to Watch Habs Hockey in Rob's Crazy House. So far, nothing. Showing some Ovechkin goal here. This is a game against Philadelphia. Washington, I guess, lit the lamp pretty good on that game. Oh, what a sick play that was. They were showing highlights from Washington, Philadelphia. Some sick goals by the Washington players. I think they could score. Yeah, Ovechkin, Kuznetsov, Oshie can score, Backstrom can score. Even Wilson is effective the way he plays. Ooh, Schooneman throws it right up the middle. Fortunately, nobody there. You're going to go up the middle. You got to make sure. Now, Washington controlling the play. Ooh, good stick by Gallagher. Getting a little zone time, Washington is. Trying to cycle it around. So far, Montreal keeping them to the outside. Oh, centering play. It was Orlov sneaking in from the point. There you go. Hoffman, they get it out finally. And I'm sure they're dead tired now, so they have to go off. Gallagher still. Oh! Pizzetta! Oh, that was close. Gallagher created that whole thing. He went and dug the puck out of the corner and got centered right to Pizzetta. Yeah, right there. It was got the Suzuki line out now. Back in Montreal zone. So far, the Armia has had the best night of anyone so far. Oh, breakaway. Oh, what? Holding? I don't know about that call. Well, okay. Okay, I can see it. It's a close call, but he did reach out and grab and push him off. If he was in front of him and pushed him with his hand, that probably doesn't get called, but where he was behind and kind of grabbed around him and pushed him back. But it wasn't it was the fact that he, it was near a breakaway. By doing that, he disrupted the breakaway. That's why he got called for it. That was Savard who got the call. So now Washington's power play is going to go to work. And we're on commercial break. Actually, you know what? As I said, I'm going to use this to try and restart my ESPN feed. Just to try and... I was having some issues, so I'm just restarting it. Okay, now we're live again. Okay. No more responses in the poll. Oh, we have 2 votes. Both say no. That's not looking good. I can tell you that. Will Vegas Golden Knights make the playoffs? They're going to need the other teams to do help them out. I think they didn't do themselves any favors tonight by losing 4-0 before we even got on. Before we even started the Montreal game. Caulfield, look at the hat. Got a little cowboy hat thing going. Or no, not cow. What is it called? A fedora. Look more like, I'm not sure. I'm not big on hats, so I don't know. What do I know? But here we go. Washington on a power play. Who do we got playing here? We got Backstrom. Oh, and Carlson on the point. And the shot got blocked and cleared. Good for them. So who else is on this power play? I'm guessing Ovechkin. Sometimes he even stays out there for the whole 2 minutes because he just stands in that bumper spot and just waits for the pass so he can shoot it. Got Oshie here. Ovechkin with the shot, but Montembeault with the save. Not in his traditional spot, but he was up at the high point on the left-hand side. Oh, Armia. Really good effort by Armia there to take the puck away and get it out. Oh, look. Was that Weidman? Was that did Weidman have that chance? Or was it Dvorak? No, it was Dvorak. Okay. 20 and 28. It's hard to tell from this distance. Washington so far 20 seconds left and really just that point shot from Ovechkin. And he's good, but I don't think he's good enough to get a point shot in. Dvorak clears again, and that'll pretty much do it. They killed off the first Washington power play. Good for them. Good job, boys. Awesome. And Washington's back in the zone. Point shot tipped by Dowd, and Washington has a 1-0 lead after they killed the power play. It looked good. They look good killing the power play. You just have that one quick point shot that's tipped, and it's 1-0 Washington. Just watching that Dvorak breakaway after Armia did the yeoman's work getting it to him. That's only one goal, though. What a tip. I mean, you got to give him credit. Tipped from behind his back. Wow. That's just a good goal. Respect there. And it's back in Montreal zone. Last thing you want to do. Yeah, let's get the puck out. You got the coffee lineup. That pass goes behind Suzuki. And Washington right back at it. Oh, not quite a 2-on-1. Oh, they got the trailer, though, but he missed it. Still have control. See, what did I say? They get Washington just took a penalty. I was going to say that looked like hooking. Yeah, and he's going to go to the box for the hook in front of the net. Montreal player blocked it, and Washington player, who is it, Hathaway? Is it Hathaway or is it number 22? Number 22 is Larson. It was Larson who took the hook in front of the net. Yeah, Schooneman. Oh, yeah, I got the hook right in on the hands of Schooneman. They're going to call that every day. Now Montreal to the power play. Hopefully they can do something with theirs and maybe get this game tied up. Okay. Let's see. We got Wyman quarterbacking the power play. Got Caulfield on the left. Is that Suzuki on the right? Suzuki's shot went through. Caulfield couldn't stop it and goes outside the zone. Suzuki's shot went through, but it didn't hit, stay on goal. It went wide of the net. Dvorak lost it on the entry. Washington brings it out. Oh, it was basically a 2-on-2, but it almost ended up like a 2-on-1. Oh, Caulfield tries the toe drag shot. Yeah, Anderson's not so great at speed races. He couldn't quite hold it in the zone. And now Montreal's going to change their unit. Got Schooneman now on the second unit. Is that Hoffman dancing around? Hoffman, Pitlick, Armia. Oh, Gallagher with a great chance left all alone. All the Washington players were shading to the left side, and it comes right out in front for Gallagher. He looks skyward. Look at that. Who? I think it was Pitlick who centered it to him. Or Armia. No, it was Armia. Armia with another great play. Armia has impressed me tonight, more so than anybody else. Montreal wins the draw. 30 seconds left on this power play. Sometimes they've been having some trouble scoring. Just get it. Oh, Pitlick! Yes! Pitlick scores! Yeah. Oh man, I don't have my horn up. I gotta get my horn up. Oh well, they have the horn. I've been waiting for this and I don't. So let's see, goal horn. Horn sound, thank you. Let's see. I'm trying to. Won't play. Great. Get to try another one. There. It's under review for a distinct kicking motion. Unfortunately, I think this one's going to be called back. Oh, this really sucks. After not scoring last game, he did look like he kicked it. I think he was trying to kick it up to his stick. Stick was being held a little bit. It's hard to tell from that angle. Let me see. Yeah. That is. I don't think he meant to do it. I don't think that was his intention, but that's what he did. He pulled the skate forward, hit the puck with it, and it went in the net. So I don't think this is going to count. Ah! Oh man, been having trouble scoring. You finally get a good opportunity. Pitlick in front of the net, couldn't get it with his stick. I think it was accident. It didn't look like he was trying to kick it in. He was he was just struggling trying to get at that puck and being tied up. It really does suck. But I am going to bring up my goal horn sound. I got to get one ready. I feel it's coming. Where's the one I had last time? Jeez, I can't find the one I had last time. It was just simple goal horn sound. That's all I want. I'll do it in intermission. We got to watch the game. Now they're putting pressure on again. That's it. Just brush it off and go right back at it. Ooh. Weidman right into the Capitals bench off Weidman's stick. All right. So we're in break. I got to get a goal horn sound. Wait. I know. I just go through my history. Get my. There it is. All right. Well, we're gonna save it for when we do have a goal, a real goal. The funny thing is there's been a few times those like a lot of those calls don't seem to go Montreal's way. It hasn't seemed to phase them yet, and there's been a number of times where they've just come back and scored. It just gets them going. They take it in stride. They just keep the pressure on, and then they come back and score. We're in a commercial break right now. I do have my goal horn sound up. It's good that I didn't use it on a false goal like that. We're gonna get one here. I feel it. It's coming. Finally broke the ice. I think they're gonna feel a little better now. Even though it didn't count, I think they're gonna come back, and I think this game is gonna be tied before the end of the. I'm gonna call it before the end of the period. I think they're gonna come back and tie this thing. Okay. And we're back. For those of you that are disappointed, I say I think it just means that they're gonna keep it going, and I think eventually they're gonna break the ice here. So I'm gonna do. So how much time do we have? I think we have about 6 minutes left. We're gonna do another poll. I'm gonna. Oh, but we're starting up. Maybe not. Evan's line is out here now. Oh, we got Oshie coming in 1-on-1. Oh, good stick by Romanov. What a play. And he fights him, pushes him off the puck on. Oshie is pretty sturdy on his feet. To get him off his feet is actually no small feat. Romanov did a good job there. He's strong on the puck, TJ Oshie. If you haven't seen him play, most people probably have. Oh, good shot there through a screen. Had who was Vanacek kind of reacted at the last second. And it's back outside the zone. We have 4 minutes left. And we have the fourth line out there now for Montreal, which if it's I was going to say if it's the fourth line of Washington, they've actually done a pretty good job this game, probably generating the most scoring chances out of any line so far. Montreal just sends it into the zone. Start the forecheck. Oh, gets tripped up. No call. And again, no call again. Oh my God. Come on. First, I mean, you can't argue. His stick was right between his feet. The Washington player's stick was right between his feet. You can't argue with that one. No call. And then he pushes him off, which probably wasn't really a penalty. Here comes Pitlick. Armia. Back in the zone. Here comes this line's been good. Had another close opportunity. Glove pass in the zone. That's actually allowed. And they're breaking out again. A little tired. I think they're going for a change right now. No, Army is forechecking. And nothing doing. It's back in Montreal zone. I have to say, except for that power play from Washington and the little flurry afterwards where they got the goal and a couple of good shifts by their fourth line, there hasn't really been a whole lot of opportunities inside Montreal zone. Oh, but here they come. You got a Oshie line out here now. It's not really the Oshie line, but I just call it the Oshie line because I just saw him. What a line is that? It's the Backstrom line. Backstrom and Oshie. And other. Who is it? Johansson. And now Montreal is back inside Washington zone. Anderson with it. It's looking like it might be a little dangerous. Romanov gets blocked. Suzuki trying to keep possession. Puck goes over on the other side. Anderson's trying to fish it out. Ooh. Oshie takes a run at Caulfield. Not a real big one. It just pushed him. No, that was offside. I was wondering if that was offside. It was very close, but it was offside. All right, we're almost to the end of the first period. Washington still has a 1-0 lead. Montreal had a goal, but had a call back because it was a distinct kicking motion that put it in the net. Shots are 15-7 for Montreal. This is the fourth period in a row. And I think the previous game before that wasn't a very good effort. So I would say that just counting these 4 periods where they've had 10 plus shots in each of those 4 periods. Here comes Montreal again. You got less than a minute. Gallagher line. Again, I call it the Gallagher line just because I saw Gallagher. The Dvorak line is who it is. I usually name the lines by the centers. Oh, that one's going to be icing unless it hits the net. It didn't, so it's icing. 24 seconds left. We're almost at the end of the first period. So it looks like my prediction of a tie didn't come true. My under on the money line is not looking so bad. It's Washington has a 1-0 lead. Only 1 goal in 1 period so far. What was my other choice? If Montreal lose, I chose the puck line. Montreal for plus 1.5 by minus 115. Montreal trying to get one more opportunity. Ovechkin tried to center it, but nothing doing there. He's now. Ooh! Ovechkin a little behind the back pass, but nobody there. And that's the end of the period. All right. So at the end of the period, we end the poll. Let's end the poll here. So after 1 period of play, it's Washington Capitals 1 and the Montreal Canadiens no score. Montreal did outshoot them. The last I saw it was 15-7. Lots of shots, but not. I have Armia. Armia was good in that period. At least 3, maybe 4 opportunities. And I mean his checking on the power play is what led to the Dvorak breakaway. He's been the most noticeable player by far for Montreal. All right, so we're gonna have another poll, and I did have a poll in mind for the second period, and I'm wondering if I'm going to change that now. I'll stick with the original poll. Maybe we'll do 2 polls in the period. I'll start with this one, and then we'll switch to another one. We'll talk about who's playing the best tonight, or which line is playing the best, or something like that. But for the first poll, what we're gonna do is we're gonna ask who is going to finish last. Which team will finish last at the end of the regular season? So let's start. Let's start with the team that's already in last place, Arizona Coyotes and Montreal Canadiens. And we're gonna add a third one. Actually, we'll do 4. Although I do think the top 3 teams. Almost forgot how to spell Kraken. And then the fourth option is going to be other. Although I really don't think there's any other team that can finish in last place right now. It's probably it might even be math. I don't think it's mathematically impossible. All right, so which team will finish last at the end of the regular season? You got your 3 choices there, or another team? And we're okay. So we got the poll up. We're in intermission. Montreal looked good that period for the 4th period in a row, generating more than 10 shots. But for the 4th period in a row, have nothing to show for it. So I'm going to go to the last game. How many shots did they have? So I just want to add this up and see. They had no goals the last game. They had 44 shots and now 15 shots. So that makes 59 shots in a row without a goal. And actually, when did they last score? So let's go to the calendar here. They last scored a goal in the 2nd period of the Columbus game. Let's see what the shots were by period in that game. So they did have 8 shots in the 3rd period of the Columbus game. So if you count those 5 periods, what did I say? 44 and 15 is 59, and 8 is 67 straight shots without a goal. That's some dry spell they're going through right now. So because we're in intermission, I'm going to take a quick break and stand up just to stretch my legs a little bit. Second of back-to-back, you got to take care of the body. So here we go. I'll be back in a few minutes. So if you don't see anybody here, actually, I'll tell people. Probably the best way to do that. I'm taking a break. Taking first period intermission break. Be back in a few minutes. Phew. It didn't work. Minutes. All right, so I'll be right back. You get the shirt. Put the shirt up. There we go. At least you have that. So Vegas didn't do themselves any favors today. Look at your stupid house. My poll question was, will Vegas make the playoffs? Yeah, we got 2 votes. Yep. Whew. Okay, I'm right. I'm back. Oh, Canadian Sloth says, nice jersey, Rob. Yeah, I'll bring it up to the front. This one I got a long time ago. You see in the camera. This is a 1944 jersey. My parents gave it to me for as a Christmas present. At least 10 plus years ago, I'd have to say. And it's some of the Montreal paraphernalia. I like stuff I can use, so I would wear it, but it is absolutely extremely warm in it's been it was a warm day and it's warm in the house and I can't wear it. I'll be sweating bullets. So like maybe I can overlay it on myself. I'll bring the camera down a little bit. Not too much. Yeah, the old Canadian 1944 Canadiens crest. I like this shirt, but it's wearing a little bit after having it for over 10 years. Oh, we did get votes on the poll. We have one vote. Which team will finish last at the end of the regular season? Arizona. My daughter just voted too. She said Arizona. So maybe that's 2 votes for Arizona. Let's take a look. What's going on in the rest of the league? Let's go back. Look at the scores tonight. So as I said, Edmonton Oilers beat the Vegas Golden Knights before I got on, blowing a hair off my phone. What do we have? Flyers are in the second period now. They're leading the Sabres 2-0. The Maple Leafs, who Montreal beat last year in the playoffs, will be the team I might cheer for in the playoffs. I'm actually thinking I might do this for a round in the playoffs, which actually gives me a good idea for a poll question. It's like, which team would you want me to follow in the playoffs? I prefer a Canadian team for the first round of the playoffs. I might throw that up as a poll question. But the Senators are beating the Maple Leafs 2-0 after 1. The Jets and the Lightning are tied at 2 after 1. In games that are finished, you have the Predators beat the Blackhawks 4-3. Bruins 2-1 over the Penguins. Rangers 4-0 over the Red Wings. And the Blues beat the Wild 6-5 in overtime. None of those games are important to Montreal. You have the 2 games that are tonight. New Jersey Devils at Seattle, 10 p.m. tonight, and Arizona at Calgary, also at 10 p.m. tonight. I'm probably going to tune into one of those games. Not sure which one yet. Trying to think which one would be. I mean, New Jersey Devils at Seats. That might be the more important game. I might tune into that one. Just if Montreal, Arizona controls their own destiny. All they have to do is lose the rest of the way, and they're in last place. And I think playing against Calgary is a good way to start off those last 8 games. They are going to not. I don't know how many times they're going to win the last 8 games, but facing Calgary in the first one is not going to be easy for them. You watch, Calgary will just they'll take them so lightly that Arizona will beat them tonight or something, and then it'll be back to a tie. And I think with a tie, Arizona wins the tiebreaker. Montreal would be in last place if Arizona wins tonight. That's all. That's the only thing that really matters right now is the draft pick. So, and it's pretty much determined that these 3 teams are going to be 1, 2, or last, second last, and third last place. It's just a matter of what order they fall in. Because the first draft pick is a 25% chance of getting the number 1. Or sorry, the first. What did I say? My mind is like tough doing these back-to-backs. All right. So, finishing in 32nd place gives you a 25% chance at the first overall. Finishing in 31st gives you a 12, and finishing in 30th gives you a 10% chance, and so on, so on, so on. But those are the only 3 that matter. Montreal right now sitting in 31st place. The worst they could do is a 4th overall pick with that situation. You hear yelling in the house. That's the crazy aspect. Got 2 daughters. Got it all girls except me. Oh, right. What are they? So basically, all that's left right now, except for the Vegas situation, is placement. So let's talk about the East. So the 8 teams that are in the playoffs. If we were to go to the playoffs right now, you would have Florida would play Washington, and Carolina would play Boston. And then Toronto and Tampa Bay, and New York Rangers and Pittsburgh. And I said last game that being the President's Trophy winner is no guarantee of anything. There haven't been many President's Trophy winners who also win the cup in the recent history. So as good as Florida has been playing, and they are literally 8 points above everyone else in the East. Washington's only 20 points behind. That's literally just 10 extra wins for Florida. And as I said, over an 82-game season, an injury, a little losing streak where you're just struggling to find chemistry can all be a contributing factor for a 10-point difference between the best team and the worst team. So this is why, when all you have to do is make the playoffs, because if everything comes together in the playoffs, as it did for Montreal last year, being the 8th place team, no, it didn't work that way. Last year, being the 4th place team in the North, that's how it worked. You got to remember that last year was the COVID year where they had the North Division. So being the 4th place team in the North, they were able to make it all the way to the Stanley Cup final. So the trick is just to make it in. So Florida and Washington. Florida's great offensively. Probably 2 teams that, Washington's a little bit more defensive. It's going to be tough. But I think Florida probably does make that. Carolina, Boston, that's just going to be a good series. I think that one's going the distance. Probably and a coin toss as to who wins that. Then you have Toronto and Tampa Bay. I think Toronto will just be happy that it's not Boston they're going to be facing. If they could just, but it could be Boston because Tampa Bay has 98 points and Boston has 97. Oh, Wouldn't that suck for Toronto to face Boston in the first round? I know Leafs fans who'd be groaning right now of that possibility. Did they lose today? Did Boston lose? Thought I saw that Boston lost today. I just did that too, and I can't remember what I just said. No, Bruins won today. So the 1 point back after finishing today's game. Does Tampa Bay play today? Yes, they're tied with the Jets 2-2. And I just said this too. Ah, just these things go right out of your head really quickly. All right, so we talked about I mean, those 2 and 3 matchups, they're just going to be really good. Yeah, Tampa Bay being the Stanley Cup winner last year, I don't know. They get into the playoffs. That's going to be a tough one for Toronto. I'd almost, if I was Toronto, I'd almost prefer to face Boston in the first round because you just have a team that had done it twice before. They know how to win in those pressure situations. That would not be the team I'd want to face. And then you have the Rangers in Pittsburgh. That's going to be a high scoring series. I think you're going to see a lot of goals. That if that's the series that happens, New York Rangers in Pittsburgh. Now let's move to the West and talk about the West. Still, the 8 teams are not decided, but we're going to play a little. If the playoffs were to start today, you would have Colorado as the number 1 team. They would face Dallas. See, that's not such a given that Colorado would win if Dallas can shut them down. You just never know. It's a little bit better for Colorado in this case. They have 114 points and Dallas has 89. That's a 25-point gap. That's pretty significant.